We are now streaming. You are being recorded.
I kind of always assume I'm being recorded. I've given up.
I mean, that's a good
I'm pretty sure my university has me on a list. The government has me on a list. It's over at this point, really.
You're just a popular guy, Jack.
I am a popular guy.
Alright. Last session, you guys basically went on the hunt for one of your bounty targets, Caspar of the Three Dead Kings.
And we found him.
You did find him. A couple of robots as well, him dead, and not quite everything that you wanted. But you got a new friend out of it all, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Or yes, an old friend who can now do shit.
In a way, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. But yeah. And kind of just all your clues or kind of just all your information that you guys can find point to this weird SSC SSP connection. Outside of that, I guess not a whole lot happened last session.
there was a lot of attempted information gathering that resulted in not a lot of information being gathered.
And there was an attempt of blowing a robot up that did not blow it up.
Yeah. A lot of intentions, just not great execution.
He doesn't go on camera.
Story of my life.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, and where we ended was you guys at the ship, basically gathering all your intelligence and coming up with the plan.
Mm-hmm.
So
is it still that same evening, or did no? We went to the next morning.
Yeah, we night made breakfast, I believe.
That's what I think I remember.
I guess that's where we'll start. You're all around the breakfast table and munching away or something. I don't know.
Okay. Come on, Jax.
Oh, yeah. That's usually where Spotify is. Hold on.
That's cool. I like being displayed choice.
But we can only handle one of you four.
Hey. So we're having breakfast?
Unless you guys have other ideas. Or wanted to do something else.
Is everyone present? Has anyone snuck off to do something?
Well, I was the one cooking, so I'd say I'm most definitely present.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm there too.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Yeah.
What do we want to do next? I think we have a couple of options. Well, I think first and foremost, we should all go to the Union place and put in print orders for a new mech, right? Our new
Well,
frame. They still have to be printed.
Our old mechs are being repaired. We need
our old mechs are being repaired. Yes, we need. Okay, yeah. We definitely. That'd be fun.
I feel like we should do that first, and then after that, we have a couple of options. Depending on how long the print is going to take, we could wait for our suits and then go out and look for the other of the Three Dead Kings somewhere out in the system. Or we could go under the zoo and try to
Or my notes.
Reunite service with Sovereign.
Yeah. Sovereign and the rest of them.
There we are.
At least those are the two big things in my head that we have currently and immediately available to us. Unless somebody has anything else.
The only thing I got to do is finish my job for fish, but that shouldn't take long. Turning those photos into them.
Oh, yep, definitely need to do that.
Which I guess at that point, I guess I'll go, or try to contact fish as we're discussing our plans.
Giving him a call or just leaving a message?
I'm giving them a call.
Okay. Rings a few times. It's maybe not until like the 5th or 6th that finally picks up and says, "Hey, buddy."
Hey, bud. You busy?
Let's see. Uh, I got time. What do you need? You finished my.
Yeah. I finished the job for you.
Let's go.
Where do you want to meet at?
Let's see. Thinks about it for a second and says, "You good with the park again?"
Yeah, it'll be fine. I'll
Alright.
see you there when you want to meet.
Could be 2 hours and I'll be ready.
Sounds good. I'll see you then.
See you soon, buddy. And that's how the conversation goes.
Just wanted to go ahead and get that out of the way before I forgot. And I'll look at them and let them know that in about 2 hours I'm gonna go meet up with Fish, and then I'll be free afterwards. Or the rest of the crew, I mean.
Did we? So we're doing the Three Dead Kings bounty through IPSN, the trunk security, right?
Security, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I've asked this before, but I just genuinely don't remember because I have a peanut brain. But did we get any tasks from the GCU Port Authority or the Union Battle Group Bonnet?
You received no tasks from them.
Okay.
Bonnet, you're supposed to report sometime soon with them and get assigned to whatever detachment that you registered for.
Gotcha.
Dallas.
Yeah.
Well, you still have a couple weeks on that, I think.
Little more than a week.
Assignment.
Little more than a week, yeah.
A little more than a week, okay. Yeah, because we decided to be on the carrier Dallas, if I remember right.
And then as for the GCU, you guys
talked to them. I don't remember.
You guys haven't met with anyone representing the GCU yet, but kind of just they're the ones that run the local government here. So you get the idea that the open bounty for the Three Dead Kings
kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah, they're the ones who put it up, but it's IPSN.
Oh, IPSN has ulterior motives for
Yeah.
being alive.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. I get it now. Very cool. All right. Then I look over to Venom. It's like, surely 2 hours is long enough for us to go put in our print request for the mechs, yeah?
I hope so.
All right. Let's go do that. And off we go.
Wait, hold up.
What do you mean?
Look at my plate.
I'm just picturing Venom or Vincent and Yuki just already walking out the hangar door saying, "All right, let's go."
Raymond
both
following
in
close
for their
behind
new
with a
bags.
paper plate in hand.
Yeah, just following along.
Take whatever's left, put it in a tortilla.
We might as well all go. I got nothing else to do. We're going. We might as well. Come on.
I mean, I don't know if we'd be able to put in a request for someone else's mech other than our own.
That's true. So I am coming.
All right. Let's see. if I remember correctly, it was you guys were getting them printed through GMS, the whole government union government sponsored company that does all the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. And let's see, where's they were at the mech manufacturer, so yeah, doesn't take you too long to get there. Um, and as far as printing your guys' new suits go, no issue. It's just a matter of what do you want to happen with your old suits. Kind of just your guys' option is they dismantle them, use the kind of just use the existing frame to build your suits, kind of just making the process quicker. But then you don't have access to your second suit in a case of emergency, kind of deal.
How much quicker are we talking?
Your suits were nearly done, so all so kind of just using that existing frame, it can be done by the end of the day.
Oh.
If you wanted to keep the old suits and then have your guys' brand new suits printed on their own, you were looking at maybe 2 days.
What do we think? Do we even have the space to store our old suits?
That's
I don't need my old suit. Build the new suit out of it. I'm gonna pat the sword on my back and I'm gonna be like, if I'm in an emergency, I've got this. And these.
Well, you can only pilot one suit at a time. So I'm also okay with having mine dismantled to expedite the process.
Don't exactly have much love for the old suit anyway.
Yeah. Maybe further down the line when we have the means of printing ourselves or the space to do it, we can keep
Do it
backups.
ourselves. Yeah.
But
Yeah, may as well dismantle it. I had something going, but yeah, we don't have the space.
I'm ready for my water. Be back.
Kind of just with that being the consensus, like your new orders are taken and it'll be done by the end of the day.
awesome.
Nice. All right.
So, honestly, no issue there.
Venom, you need to head to the park?
About how long has it been? I've lost track of time, actually.
That whole process leaving breakfast, getting to the mech manufacturer, to having that talk was maybe 40 minutes.
Okay.
It's really traveling through the colony is kind of just what really eats most of your time.
Mm-hmm.
And about how far away are we from the park?
Let's see. Arizona. The park is probably within the public square, so you definitely make it in time if you leave now, but
Okay.
that's about it really.
Okay. Yeah. I tell everybody that I'm gonna go meet Fish. If anyone wants to come with me, they're more than welcome to. I don't know how you feel about the whole group going, but unless y'all got other things.
I think for the moment we should try to just brainstorm what our next move is gonna be. So
Y'all want to scope out the zoo and I'll meet y'all there?
sure, we can go take a look at the zoo. That sounds like a good idea. Rain Man, you good with that? Knight?
I'll meet y'all at the zoo. I actually got something I want to pick up.
Okay, very
The
cool.
captain?
You did?
I'm working on that. I'm working on that.
Well, Knight, you want to head to the zoo?
Yeah, I'll go to the zoo.
All right.
I look at Yuki and say, please do not let him bring dinner home from the zoo.
Yeah, we're going exotic tonight.
We'll see what happens. All right. I guess Knight and I will head off to the zoo while everyone else disperses.
All right. Let's see. So, Venom, kind of, you're the one that kind of just knows what you're doing at the moment. Make your way to the park. The usual bench. Kind of just, you're there for probably less than a minute. And then you see kind of just the well-dressed, kind of just, but still a little shady individual make his way towards you. Sits down right next to you. Seems to be munching on some sort of ration breakfast bar type of deal. Just
Are you still out of?
wipes whatever crumbs are in his face and turns to you and says, "So, everything good, buddy?"
Yes. Yeah, everything's good on my end, bud. How you been? As I hand him the camera.
He takes it and you kind of glance that his hand does appear to be bandaged, but he doesn't wince or anything and grabs it. Says, "Nice, good work."
Thank you. I'm trying to think how to ask this without. I want to ask him about his hand, but I don't know the best way to go about that.
Maybe he catches you staring or something.
Well, I was thinking of like making a joke and asking like if he got in a bar fight or something.
Yeah, he totally he takes that as a joke, yeah, and just laughs it off and says, "No, had to deal with a friend who went behind my back."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You need help dealing with said friend, or is it taken care of?
Nah, it's been taken care of. In fact,
I hear ya.
you guys were the ones who led me to him. He was the one that delivered your guy to wherever he went.
Wait, say that one more time.
So, if you recall, Finch was the guy, or Fish who was the guy who told you initially where Caspar went, the Three Dead King.
Right.
And he knew that because you guys asked for kind of just some information, and it was revealed kind of just in conversation that one of Fish's underlings was the one who delivered Caspar to the abandoned district, and Fish didn't
Okay.
like that too much.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
Because when you first initially said that, I was thinking that one of it or he killed Caspar. I'm like, oh shit. Okay.
No, or maybe he did.
He could have.
Yeah, you guys don't know the killer yet.
Mhm. It sounds like something Fish would do. But I said, well, I'm glad you was able to take care of him. Jesus Christ, I'm having a brain fart. I've been working today.
Understood, yeah.
I basically tell him that I hate to rush off and leave, but I've got other plans I need to do. If he has any more work he needs, just to let me know.
All right, no problem. You're gonna be the first one I think of.
Sounds good.
And as easy as that, you guys depart or separate or whatever.
And from there, I actually want to go back to the ship if that's where Downpour is.
Oh, okay. The zoo is probably the furthest location that you guys are separating to, so we'll definitely do that one last. Raymond, where exactly are you headed?
Commercial megaplex, wherever the market is, basically. Looking to pick up a few things.
Okay. Yeah. So, have you ever seen Dread or kind of just any sort of those like urban sci-fi kind of type of films? Very large, kind of just mall-like structure, various floors. Each company seems to own each major manufacturer seems to own an individual floor, with GMS at the bottom and kind of just SSC kind of just at the top kind of deal.
All right.
And yeah, anything in particular you're looking for? Or what's the plan?
Well, honestly, I've got some ideas to pick up some graffiti cans.
Okay, okay. So,
So I'm thinking SSC at the very top because there's one particular brand in mind that I've got my ideas on for my own Mac.
okay, okay. Yeah. So, like everything SSC, it's very luxurious, very on brand, very expensive. Um, so depending on how many cans you get, might run you a pretty penny or pretty mana. But you got plenty to work with, so
Yeah.
kind of just depends on what color are you looking at getting.
Well, this one that I was looking at particularly that I had my eyes on for myself, the SSC Lux brand tracker paint. It basically allows you to automatically update a tally system somewhere on your mech with kill counts. That's the one I'm wanting specifically for me. Other than that, I'm looking at just basic color scheme paints, maybe a few metallics in there.
Okay. Um, right off the bat, kind of just off the top of my head, gonna say like 500 mana to kind of just get a good assortment of paints that you can really color your mech with, and then that tracker paint that you want.
Okay. All right. Got that sorted out. Mm, yeah, I think I'm good other than that.
All right.
So I'm gonna basically pack all that up and head off to the zoo.
Okay. And then with that, Yuki Knight, you're the first ones to arrive at the zoo. Kind of just what you see is, again, run by SSC. Kind of just everything is very showmanship, kind of just very over the top. Still elegant in a way. It seems to split off into, and it has like a very generic kind of just Jurassic Park style or just kind of just regular zoo style entrance.
Mhm.
Every it does appear that everything does is outdoors, and there's basically two venues, I guess. Is there's the public zoo, which is very generic, kind of just look at the animals, feed them, play with them, that kind of deal. And then there's something that they call the market. It is perhaps the only enclosed building, and you don't get a. No one seems to explain anything to you about it, but you can see that just a lot of kind of just wealthy, kind of just looking people do seem to gravitate towards that area of the zoo, while kind of just everyone else, kind of just individuals, families, kind of just people who are looking for some form of entertainment, seem to go to the zoo, the regular zoo.
Um, quickly, and this is this is yeah, I'm just gonna go for it. Do any structures or anything immediately within sight look like. I mean, look like it might extend under the ground. Hey, let me look. Let me like put my head in through the ground like it's Minecraft and then see if I can
Structure
see
seems as though it might go down.
it do go down.
I'll say just simply at a glance, kind of just within this entrance space,
Uh-huh.
you don't see anything that might lead, at least immediately, nothing that seems to go like straight down or way down. There are like a couple of what appears like maybe some basement entrances that people kind of just climb down in, but immediately come back up with like a case of something in their hands.
Gotcha.
Um,
Well, in
Okay.
that case, yeah. Go ahead.
Nothing that gives you the idea of the secret entrance is here.
Ah, the secret lair.
Exactly.
All right, I'll turn to Knight.
Only
And
it
just like,
was that easy.
all right, Knight. Which way are we going? Are we going to the common folk area or the wealthy people area?
Is there any advertisements for what kind of animals are in the zoo?
Ooh.
So, any sort of advertisement. So, immediately at a glance, it's like come see the lions, the giraffes, kind of just the old humanity, animals now extinct kind of deal. Kind of just that is very much kind of just what they're advertising. And then
Okay.
there is something like special exhibit. Let's see how would they word it. They'll it's a kind of special exhibit. The Black and White Devils is kind of just the title of it.
The black and white devil.
That could be a penguin.
Do you even know what a penguin is?
I don't know.
Should we go investigate?
I think we should.
Let's go
Roll it.
We
investigate.
got time to kill. I don't see the rest of the team here.
And we are scoping out the zoo.
We're scoping out. We might as well go see what they got in it. The entrance could be in one of the animal exhibits for all we know. Yeah, so we're gonna go in the common zoo.
Okay.
Or wherever the black and white devil is.
Yeah.
Mhm. So going into the kind of just the common, kind of just the regular zoo. It's a very open, very spacious place, and kind of just at a glance, there doesn't appear to be like any sort of enclosed exhibit. Like everything's very open. The animals are walking about, and kind of just you watch as some little kids go up and start petting a lion, and it's just like
What the fuck?
it is very odd in to us as regular humans, but in this, we'll say in the setting that actually, what is a Yuki's and Knight's knowledge of animals like?
Oh, Yuki is very well versed because she grew up hunting very large and dangerous beasts on her home planet.
Mm-hmm. And
Knight's farm life probably would have, very, common animals and maybe woodland creatures.
okay,
But that's about it. The Saharan animals might not be so familiar tonight.
yep. So both of you kind of just with a good understanding of animal because of your background, kind of just this behavior, this strange passiveness that all of these animals seem to share, the giraffes, the lions, the whatever, the deer or whatever they're called, can't quite remember their names. It's this passiveness is very strange, like even
Antelope.
yeah, antelope, kind of just they should, I don't know, they should be behaving more
Like
animalistic.
animal?
Yeah, this
They're
is
not real.
you watch as kind of just kids are petting them, and kind of just you watch as some family seems to like feed them some sort of like bird feed or kind of just whatever the equivalent is for these larger animals. And
Pretty
every
unseen. Throw it at 'em.
Slab of meat.
Yeah. You watch a
Yeah,
you watch a
I'll-
big hippo stomp on by and drop a huge shit, and
Does it do the helicopter tail?
mm-hmm.
It's good to know.
Yeah, I'll walk up to like if there's like an antelope like nearby. I want to go in and just like investigate it, like pat it, touch it. Is it warm to the touch? Does it feel fleshy? Does it feel animatronic?
Yeah. We'll have this one be a roll.
Okay. Does spot apply?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Woo!
Okay. Yeah. So kind of just again, you're proficient with animals. Maybe not animals of this size, but you still
Yeah,
get it.
I'm used to much bigger animals.
Yeah. But yeah, you give it a good kind of good petting and good examining, and 100%. This is alive and well, but it's kind of like lost in the eyes. Like it's
I was about to. Are the people super dilated?
a little bit, yeah, but
Does
not
it look drugged?
not necessarily. Less drugged and more like modified. Like
Oh, interesting.
something
I'll
about this animal seems to have been changed.
I'll kind of just like feel around its like the base of its neck and head area and see the kind of unevenness of some kind of implant.
Kind of just you go around, start feeling, but no, it's everything's smooth, like strangely smooth. Like this was like a raised, kind of just a well cared sort of animal.
I turned to Night and I'm sitting there just examining this thing. And I was like, I wonder if they bred the animal out of the animals.
Something
No.
tells me the animals do not have any combat experience.
I'd have to agree.
There's one way to test it.
I'll look around. So are we still headed in like, or are we? Is the black and white devil in the common animal area?
Yeah, it is. It's just a bit further in. You kind of just got to get
Okay.
past kind of just this open pasture area, and then you see,
Gotcha.
and kind of just as you get closer to it, you do see what appears to be the building, kind of just
Okay.
the advertised black and white devils.
Turn to Night and it's like, are you ready?
Oh no.
To see the black and white devils or to punch the lion?
Who knows? I think the black and white devils are in front of us.
Okay, let's do that first,
Okay.
and
Then
we'll
we
keep,
can
we'll bookmark any
put
other
a pin
plan.
in the line.
Yeah,
and
put a
punch
pin
it.
in that. Okay, yeah, yeah.
As you guys make your way towards the special exhibit, we'll say, Venom and Rain Man, you guys arrive at the same time at the zoo entrance.
Okay, well,
All right. I guess I hold Rain Man's hand as we walk through the zoo.
yeah, nah.
Sorry, I was trying to put my cat in a paper bag.
It's all good. But yeah, you guys see the exact same things, kind of just big, open, family oriented kind of zoo. You see what they advertise as the market. Again, that's where kind of just all these wealthy individuals seem to be going towards. And again, same exact advertisement, special exhibit, black and white devils.
I look at Rain Man and say, which way do you think they went?
50-50 shot. More or less, though, guessing they didn't go to the rich guy section. You probably have to pay to get in there.
Yeah, and we're the only ones with money. Well, Knot's got money.
I do have money. Do I have money?
Yeah, you do.
Okay. It's been a while since I've taken a note of that.
Yuki does not have money.
I think you got at least 1,000
I know I have. Yeah.
or something like that. Hold on, let me look. But yeah, I gave you 1,000.
Okay.
But
Cool.
I'd look at Rayman and say, well, which way do you want to go then? Since you think they went to the other section with the devils and stuff.
Yeah. What gave you that idea?
Do you want to try scoping out the other area?
Sure. Cover more ground.
Knowing full well we all have I have my radio. I don't know about y'all, but
Oh,
Might as
yeah.
well.
If I'm in my usual gear, so I'd have my radio.
Yuki has her radio.
All right. Now let's see what this rich guy section has to offer.
All right. So, as you begin approaching kind of just this very, it's a very shiny dome-esque building. Kind of just glass, stainless steel, a mixture of that. And as you're approaching it, and it seems like an attendant caught your guys' seemed to have been watching you guys and begins making their way towards you. So it's kind of just a very, let's see, very kind of just, is it androgynous? Kind of just where they're not quite male, not quite female, kind of just very, very neutral looking.
Well, back on my planet, we call him something else.
Yeah? What do you call them?
Sorry.
yeah,
Come on. Go ahead.
we've got to know now.
I'll leave it at that for now.
But kind of just this very kind of just rather beautiful individual, kind of just garbed in kind of just this very sleek SSC branded kind of just dress wear, seems to be making their way towards you and says, "Are you interested in the market?"
Possibly. What is the market? We're new at the station.
Let's see. They kind of glance at between the two of you. Raymond, are you still wearing kind of just your rather fancy?
I'm still wearing my fancy outfit. Yes.
Okay. Their entire attention is on you then. And they kind of just seem to, they describe that kind of just, the market is a venue for kind of just some of our patrons to kind of just explore and kind of see our different offerings and kind of our different products that we as a company make and provide.
Company. I'm not there. Never mind.
All right. So just kind of a more personalized clientele type thing. I get you.
And they seem to kind of just stretch their arms kind of just in the direction, and so, shall I guide you?
Yes, please.
All right. And kind of just, now with an attendant kind of just basically giving you guys the tour, you guys make yourselves inside this market. And it's a very odd place. Kind of just, you see all enclosed, kind of just, you see what appears to be other kind of smaller dome-like structures that seem to be displaying some sort of setting. One of these kind of just dome monitor-esque seem to show individuals in a mine, kind of just mining away, digging for gold, digging for ore, kind of that kind of thing. Another one seems to show farmers on this great plain, kind of just working and tilling. You see just absolutely a wide variety of just people working a certain profession. A lot of it, though, seems to be labor, at least in that regard. And every so often, you see like this very long digit code seem to go around on this dome monitor. And you watch as kind of just these other patrons, kind of just these other clientele, seem to be bidding on the code.
NFTs.
Something like that. Let's see. Me being me, I'd probably actually know a little bit about what this is. Being SSC, it is their designer worlds and labor. Correct?
Yeah, it it appears to be kind of just their those of you. I guess most of you would know, being a character within Lancer. Those of you present, at least, you very much recognized it as these are the worlds that SSC populates to work as advertisement for their abilities to genetically modify human DNA and present it as a product. And you watch as these various individuals, kind of just wealthy clientele, seem to be bidding for this genetic code to breed basically the perfect labor.
By labor, do we mean slaves?
That's up to interpretation, really.
Okay.
SSC definitely does not call it slavery. Slavery.
Interesting. I did not know this about the SSC.
Oh, yeah.
And kind of just as you guys get like further and further into this market space, those kind of just labor focused kind of just billboards, I'll call them, kind of just disperse, and kind of just you start getting into kind of just the more unique sort of offerings that SSC grants. You see kind of just unique and bizarre abilities. So you watch as this one billboard seems to showcase humans with an extra pair of arms, kind of just working away happily and kind of just being able to well function with it, with that ability. Another one seems to showcase kind of just people with animal-like features, kind of just monkey tails or kind of just cat claws, and kind of just very X-Men style of kind of just animal abilities, and kind of just going further and further in. This is kind of just what appears to be what SSC is offering, and this entire time, kind of just again, this attendant describing everything to you, giving you kind of just an idea of the current bid. All of their focus is entirely on you, Rayman. And you kind of watch as some of the other attendants, some of the other clientele seem to look at your way as well, and they seem to give a rather quizzical glance to you, Venom, because you are very much. It's like you didn't see the dress code or something like that.
I just flip them off.
Yeah.
He's not having that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Rain Man, we talked about this. You know, I will be honest. When I first came in here, I was expecting something a little more in terms of animalistic because of the zoo, but on seeing this, yeah, it's on brand for what SSC offers. Although I will admit, a few of these items are a bit out of my price range, but sometimes got my interest. Just talking with the attendant.
Okay. Perfectly understandable, but if you're ever interested, I hope you think of us first.
SSC only does the best.
Exactly. Well, if you are looking for something a bit more in theme, I can certainly show you. And unless you guys resist, the attendant turns you away to again moving closer to kind of just the zoo exhibit, or kind of just the zoo. Again, there appears to be kind of just this hidden pasture, and very similar style, kind of just kids out and about playing, families having chats, but rather than hugging and playing around with the animals, it seems to be more like people, like in very real cosplay of animals. Like you see kind of just a man kind of just having like this full-on lion's mane that is a part of him, and kind of just given like a very in-theme roar and kind of just playful manner. And you see people very long necks seem to kind of just in the kind of just the spotted fur of giraffes, and it's this very weird, bizarre world.
Oh my god, it's a furry convention.
Right up your alley.
Rain Man has found his people.
I was trying to hold back, but he said it first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's kind of just where you guys find yourselves at, while the other two make their way inside the Black and White Devils exhibit. In enclosed space, very similar, kind of just, I'm trying to think. So this one is very much has enclosed exhibits, like animals in cages, that kind of deal. And there are tour guides present, but there's this very strange, almost as if they're afraid to be here kind of feeling. But everyone else seems to be perfectly fine, like, oh, this is just another wacky thing to see. And they seem to be showcasing 4 different animals, kind of as part of their devils exhibit. One of them seems to be kind of just this strange, flat, flightless bird that seems to waddle around and really like the cold. Another one seems to be this rather strange horse, kind of just with it's either a black fur with white stripes or white fur with black stripes. They just don't know. Another one appears to be kind of just this rather strange, like, looking monkey with, again, that same black-white striped pattern. And, they seem to
Like to move it.
yeah, they do appear to be dancing a lot. And the kind of just this very last one seems to be this rather round bear. It kind of just doesn't seem to do much, but this one seems to have the SS, like these attendants, like the most fear that you guys have seen. But
He's a panda.
But again, they it's all like hidden, kind of just they're still showing smiley faces. They're still being have a friendly tour, but it's just that you guys, being the Lancer pilots, being the experienced fellows that you are, it's all about the eyes. You can see the fear in their eyes.
So are we standing in front of the strange black and white bear-looking animals pen right now?
Is that the one you guys want to look at?
Yeah. Let's come and stand in front of that, Yuki. Here, I'll just kind of get Yuki to follow me. Let's stand in front of it. Are the guards within maybe like hearing range of me speaking?
You take a look around, and there doesn't appear to be any form of guard or security. You can just
Well, what about the worried ones?
They're tour
they're
guides.
tour guides.
Oh, they're tour guides. Okay. Are any of those close by? Sorry, I thought I heard guard.
Okay. There appears to be one at present, kind of just within your guys' vicinity, but all of their attention is focused on what appears to be maybe a school trip of kids. Kind of just giving them an explanation of this strange panda that old humanity seemed to call it.
Does this tour guide explaining the panda, like, do they also have that little fear going on?
Again, it's like they're very trained, so it's all smiles and faces, but again, it's all about the eyes. Like you can see the fear in their eyes whenever they turn to look at this creature.
Okay. Well, I'll if they're close enough, maybe I'll kind of project a little bit, but I'll kind of, speaking to Yuki, but projecting, be like, you know what? I bet I could take that thing in a fight.
Oh yeah, do you?
I really think I could. I really think I could take it in a fight.
Oh, you want to
It's-
find out?
It just doesn't seem that tough. Is the is the guide react to this at all?
Kind of just they occasionally ever so glance in your direction, but again, they're very trained, very disciplined. Kind of just their focus is on explaining these kids kind of just the dangers and the hazards of this strange animal. And there's
What are they
Knocking on the
saying? Wait, what
glass.
are they saying about the dangers and the hazards of the
Yeah.
panda?
it's they talk about its ferocity and its unpredictability, and kind of just there's something strange kind of just about their explanation, kind of just as they seem to explain kind of just the panda's behavior, the kind of just and what it eats and all that. There's something strange about how they're projecting this information.
I'm gonna turn back and study the panda. Now, the animals outside kind of had almost lifeless, soulless eyes. If I look in the panda's eyes, do I see the same lifelessness and soullessness, or is it, or is the, like does the panda seem all there?
Kind of it takes you a bit to kind of just get a good kind of just glance at it, because kind of with how this enclosure is set up, like the panda is very far away from you, kind of just almost in this deep pit esque structure. But when you finally get like a good look and kind of just get a good chance to examine this creature, you don't see those modifications that you saw on the rest of these animals, on the rest of the animals that you've witnessed.
While Yuki analyzes, I would like after my projection and Yuki is paying more attention to the panda, I'm paying more attention to the guide. I would like to read a situation to look for maybe some subtext, or just how this we get that the guide's uncomfortable, but I want to see if I can delve deeper with my people skills and get
Yes.
their vibe.
Okay.
Because that's what I'm known for. My
Yeah,
people
Knight in his limitless well of social.
If there's one thing I know, it's when someone's intimidated. So I'm gonna give that a little roll. All right, never mind.
So kind of just you're listening in on this conversation that this guide is having. And again, talking about the unpredictability of the panda, kind of its violent nature and how it's uncontrollable. You take it all for granted. Like, yeah, that is. You kind of just read into it, kind of just you're thinking about it, and nothing seems to be wrong. Kind of just with what they're saying. Doesn't still quite match up with kind of just what you're seeing and what you're hearing, but you can't. Yeah, they're not lying or anything.
How is the panda confined? Is it in a glass room? Is it in a natural habitat with a cage?
So they're so again, kind of just they're in a pit. You guys are above it, and how I'm envisioning is kind of just there's a very classic kind of just metal guardrail, but it's also covered on glass. So like if you went over the guardrail, you'd still be walking on this like glass roof. You still wouldn't be inside with the panda.
Oh. Okay. So we can't Harambe this panda with one of the childs.
Not yet.
You break the glass.
Jeez.
Just have to throw the child hard enough to break the glass, I guess.
You have a sword.
I do have a sword. They let me come in with that big mistake on the zoo's part. I don't know. I'm not really. I'll continue to observe. There's nothing quite I wanna do quite yet.
And what about you, Yuki? Can you just any more investigating on your end, or we?
So I see intelligence, some form of intelligence behind the panda's eyes.
It is very alive. It is well. It just
Doesn't seem to have that same modification.
yeah, it's behaving as an animal should or would.
Which for a panda is sitting on its ass chewing on some bamboo, huh?
Yeah,
Or falling off shit.
Yeah, rolling around.
exactly.
Is it just one panda or is there two in the enclosure?
There's probably like 4 of them, I would say. Kind of just
Okay.
one seems to be sitting about in kind of just in view of everyone, whereas 2 seem to be tucked in kind of just a rather secluded area, while another one seems to be like falling asleep in kind of just another corner of the enclosure.
Gotcha.
Are there any more guides who are not like currently stuck in a conversation with somebody, could just kind of like in the area?
Um, I wanna roll from you. Kind of just see if you can spot somebody or see if you can find somebody.
Let's see. I don't think I have anything for that, so I think it's just going to be a regular old D20.
Okay.
Big.
Okay. So we'll say that it takes you a second because again, kind of just these guides, it's this toured experience. Almost acts on like a reservation like basis,
Mm.
and it takes you a good solid minute to like find someone who not only is not busy but also might be willing to share some information. Kind of you eventually find what appears to be a gentleman. Again, well, the only idea that gives you it's a gentleman is androgynous face, but they're styling some very nice facial hair, very well groomed.
Okay. Just to be positive, this person is also experiencing the subtle discomfort of even being here because of the panda.
There is that fear in their eyes, but kind of with how this gentleman is acting, and though it might not be, there not be any visible signs, but you get the idea that he's been working here a while. He kind of just he's used to it.
All right. I'm gonna. Okay. So Knight's a little over the espionage tactics of trying to figure out what's up with this panda. So he's gonna go for the just direct confrontation route. He's gonna walk up. I'll walk up to this this guide, and how does this guide stack up to me? Are they?
I mean, you are 100% the tallest person here.
Yeah, I figured.
But surprisingly, you're not that taller than these tour guides.
Okay.
They almost have like this very like large angelic like kind of appearance and kind of just Gant. And but
So walking up to him, I was gonna make this a roll, but I'm gonna try to avoid it until I need to. But
Okay.
so I do have a maybe trump card if it needs to become a roll, but just for now, just conversational. You know, he sees how I'm dressed. You know, I could be anything from a soldier to a bounty hunter to who knows what. I still have tape over my logo, so anyways, he can't tell what I represent. So I'll just say I'll come up to the guy, and, you know, and he's like, just be like, you're the your coworkers seem to have a little bit of an issue with one of your animals, and I just my instincts just aren't giving me anything, and I'm just, is there anything you can tell me about that beast back there? Because if a hunter's instincts are wrong, then I need to know more.
And just he's kind of taking a smoke break. Kind of just takes out a cigarette and just blows it kind of just away from you to kind of just be respectful. Kind of just turns to you and kind of just turns to the current guy, the tour guide, giving the school tour, giving the school tour. It says they're new here. They don't know what it's like. Give them a while and they'll get comfortable.
Comfortable because they'll know the animal better, or just used to its presence of will?
Bit of both. And just his gaze kind of shifts to kind of just the panda and kind of just says, "Want to know a secret, son?
I would love to know the secret.
We don't know how they work."
Huh.
What in as its biological functions, its mindset?
For whatever reason, kind of just takes a long drag and just blows it out. We can't clone it, can't modify it. We have no idea how they work.
Does the same go for all the other black and white beasts, or is this a solely that black and white beast problem?
Kind of just points to everything in the enclosure and says, for whatever reason, we can't clone them.
What a unique problem to have, because these are all very different animals.
He kind of just scratches his head and says, "I'm not the scientist."
So they're not like violent or anything. It's just purely y'all don't like. It's just something's weird with the animals, and y'all don't understand how to alter them.
Kind of just he's motioning towards the various tour guides, himself as well, and says, "Look, we were raised in a very contained environment.
Ah, I see.
We know how things should work. We know everything of how everything should work.
And things should be able to be cloned.
Exactly. But sometimes nature finds a way."
Hey.
Nature does tend to win in the end, I guess.
So it kind of just motions to kind of just, again, the animal says, "We had to breed all those the old-fashioned way."
What a process I'm sure that was.
Still not used to it. Kind of just there's a very like a mile wide stare, kind of just in his look, in his eyes.
Well, appreciate the information. You enjoy your break. Well, I'll go back to Yuki, and I'll just be like, I am now confident I could take it in a fight.
I don't doubt it. I've been looking and studying this animal. This animal is unmodified. This animal, it still has its mind. The animals outside, they aren't themselves.
Well, as my friend over here has just informed me, the whole reason it's not modified is because they can't modify it. They can't modify anything in here. These are all the real deal. The animals outside, they must have all been modified and cloned. But these animals are all, yeah. What this really means for any of us, I don't know. But
this is
now we know.
I mean, we have information that we don't know what to do with.
It's true. Information's always good.
Information is always good. Speaking of information, we need to find more information on what we're looking for.
When you say that, scene transition. So, Rainman and Venom, you're at this weird, furry kind of just exhibit.
Vincent looks very disgusted.
Something wrong. Oh, shoot.
He looks at Rain Man and says, I don't know about you, but I don't want to go anywhere near that.
I'm with you there.
Press X to doubt. Do you want to actually go check out more of the fancier zoo away
It's
from
not
the markets
this,
and this
that-
abomination that I'm
that's-
seeing?
Yes, just go.
Are they furry humans with animal features, or are they very skin covered humans with animal proportions?
Either way, I don't want to be near it.
Bit of both.
Bit of both. And okay.
That's even worse. Go.
See, you kind of just. You know what, the kind of just the tour guide that you guys had, they don't seem to follow you. They just seem to watch you go. There's a slight disappointment in their eyes, but they knew at the end of the day that you guys weren't going to buy anything, so.
Well, there goes his commission for the day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unless you guys go somewhere else, you kind of find yourselves back at the entrance, kind of just again back at that crossroads of market and zoo.
All right, I guess we're heading to the common area then.
All right. So,
Are there any exotic animal enclosures that have noticed or been pointed out or anything? Or what we're looking at right now considered to be exotic?
what you are looking at is considered to be exotic, but kind of just as you, it's very much advertised that there are other animals not related to old humanity.
I'd like to
There's-
go look at those.
Okay. And kind of just you see. Let's see. I'm trying to think.
Are there any sparring animals or?
There is kind of just an exhibit
Uh-huh.
towards them, but there are no live animals. They are instead almost you see a lot of fossils of kind of just the various of the megafauna that you might encounter on Spari.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd like to just study those for a while.
Yeah. You watch as there's perhaps some teenagers nearby who seem to be looking at the kind of just seem to be looking at kind of just this almost like T-Rex sized creature, and
Mhm.
we'll say like it's a trio, and one of them seems to be like giving them the whole explanation of kind of just what this creature is and kind of just
Oh yeah, I'm listening in. I'm
Yeah.
fact checking.
Yeah, absolutely. And the only thing they get wrong about the creature is kind of just how old it is. They seem to be suggesting that this is a very young creature. It's actually no, it's a very old creature. That this is the largest that they'll get, and there's hundreds of them. And there's just like seems to be almost like overly excited about seeing this. But their
We found the
idea.
autistic group.
And I mean, the other two seem to be they seem to be kind of just again, it's listening intently to their story, But you can just see that they kind of just think it's a cool thing to see. They don't quite get kind of just the nuance of it.
Yeah. I'll
And
walk up and I'll be like, this is actually not a super old one. I say as I look up. This is about maybe mid-adolescence. They get much bigger.
kind of just all their eyes kind of just light up when you say that. And,
I've seen one of these things rip 3 people in half with one bite.
kind of just two of them kind of just get a rather fearful look, while the one really enthusiastic one, it's like you have grabbed their entire kind of just world right now.
I'll pull out a necklace from underneath my shirt, and it has just like it's like the very tip, and it's broken off, but the very tip of a tooth of one. I'll
Okay.
be like, this is from my the first time I killed one of these, and I'll just hold it up.
They're all three of them are kind of just watching at it and looking at you for a second, looking at the tooth, looking at the creature, looking at the tooth, kind of just they just can't process it. Like, you killed one of these things.
Oh, more than one, but yes,
Mm-hmm.
that's how I grew up. That's how we made our living.
Yuki lore.
Lord. She's getting sentimental.
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of memories going through her head at the moment.
Hey, that's a good thing to have memories going through our heads
Mm-hmm.
because we're not very good at that at the moment.
I mean, we just have a 5-year gap, but or maybe 6-year. But you know,
Yeah.
our home life is still there.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, Yuki would just enamor them for a little bit.
All right. And then Rayman and Venom, were you guys heading into the zoo, or were you staying kind of just at the entrance, still debating?
We was heading into the zoo.
Okay,
Maybe to the Black Devil thing, since all the banners are advertising it.
gotcha. Well, if that's where you're headed, then you definitely run into Knight, unless Knight ran off somewhere else.
No. I guess I would have just been roaming. So, we'd be running into each other. I bet.
Okay. Yeah, and then you guys run into Knight.
Well, y'all made it to the zoo. Yeah.
Where are we at currently? Like in the Black Devil Den, or
We'll say that you guys are at the entrance. Like maybe Knight, you were kind of just waiting outside, or
cruising.
yeah,
So I would have seen them come from the fancy side then, probably.
sure.
Yeah. So I'd be like, decided to join us commoners. What's what was over there? And they have like a gilded sheep or something.
you don't want to know.
Okay.
You do not want to know.
Now I kind of want to know, but I mean, no pressure, I guess.
I grab Knight by the shoulder. You do not want to know.
You know what? Note taken. I'll believe you. And on that note, what about our actual mission here? Any inkling of where we can maybe get underground and try to smash and grab what we need?
So no progress on our end either.
Yeah. I learned something interesting.
But yeah.
I don't know what we can do with the information, but apparently some of the staff here, they're actually kind of freaks themselves. I don't really get them either. There's something weird about them, but they're pretty unnerved by the fact that they can't clone some of the animals. I don't know what gets those animals, what links them to make them not be able to be cloned, but they're all black and white. That's what the black and white beasts are. They're just like, they're not even like scary or anything. They're just black and white and they're like natural. Here, you'll see what I mean when you, and we'll start walking through the zoo.
Okay. So, Rainman, Venom. Following night, if that's what you choose to do.
Hmm.
Again, you look at kind of just animals behaving like animals. You see what they advertise as the zebra, the panda, the penguin, and the lemur. Again, being the trained lancers, you see all the tour guides, the fear in their eyes. Some of the older ones, or what you can kind of gauge as the older ones, that fear has somewhat diminished, but it's still present. Yes. You definitely get the idea of what Knight's saying is true.
I don't know what to do with this information. It's just, but it is kind of neat.
Hmm. I guess Vincent just kind of looks around and just takes note of the animals, and he gets really interested in the lemurs.
Okay.
I'm kind of just following along.
There's perhaps maybe a good like 24 lemurs kind of just sharing the space, and it's a very large space as well. Kind of just lots of kind of just miniature trees that they're able to climb up, swing about, do lemur shit, and yeah, they're just behaving as any sort of kind of just monkey type of animal should behave. Kind of just you watch. There's maybe again that same like school group is still kind of just within the area. You kind of watch as some of the kids seem to be imitating the lemurs for a second, but quickly kind of just get bored of it, or they hear their parents call or the teacher call, and they seem to run back to them. But outside of that, kind of just no one else is looking at the lemurs.
Kind of small, ain't they?
Yeah, they're very talented, moving around like that too. What does not think of the lemurs?
Um,
I could kill him.
that, but honestly, the Knight's kind of looking over his shoulder and just staring over at the penguins more than anything, kind of like wondering like how they taste.
All right.
It looks like a bird. He doesn't really know what penguins are, but it looks bird-like to him. So he also thinks they're a little endearing. Knight thinks a lot of things that are, if something looks like it can't defend itself, Knight's a little, he feels a little, things like that are endearing to him.
Oh, you're so killable right now.
Yeah, basically. But it's like only if Knight does it. If someone else would try to kill it, then he would feel protective.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Do any of these glass exhibits though, like as we're staring at all these animals, like they have the exhibits have to be maintained at some point. Have we maybe seen someone go in for a feeding, or perhaps cleaning, or just maybe spot a door anywhere in these glass exhibits? Because they're down in the conveniently, these exhibits happen to be put in the ground. So is there a door?
So in the exhibit itself, kind of just looking at, you see like the occasional like employee entrance, but kind of just with the rate that some of them seem to be coming in and out of, you get the idea that's more of a locker space or a changing room kind of deal. At least what you can see visible on your floor. Looking into the exhibit, we'll say you looking at the penguins, you kind of see kind of just like a portion of the wall seems to split apart like automatically, and you watch as we'll say like you see like a tour guide kind of in this very strange like hazmat like suit seems to kind of just step into the space like ever so carefully moving about, like not even wanting to touch the creatures he is in with, or that they're in with. And yeah, they seem to like throw fish rather quickly, or maybe like scoop up some poop rather quickly, and then quickly get the hell out of Dodge when they're done.
And the door, the door, it's just a wall once again, flush.
Yep,
Okay, but I know where I've seen it.
you've seen it.
I've
And
seen
kind of
it.
just, we'll say like, after witnessing that, and kind of just giving a quick glance of all the enclosures, like that's very much how things seem to be arranged with these exhibits.
I'll immediately like, I'm standing like next to Venom, but I'll immediately like put my hand on his shoulder and like turn over. Like I'm wearing my helmets, but you can't see me do a full like pog face. But it's like, oh, I'll be like, "Hey, there's a door. And I'll point out the location so that they can use their Lancer skills to also hone in where the doors are, I guess.
Gotcha. Okay.
I look at Knight and say, "Good spot."
Boys. What do you see when
I-
you pick up a
in-
self
in-
pet?
Intelligence and counterintelligence is one of my specialties. All right, well, I'll radio Yuki as well. I'll be like, we found. Remember the black and white beasts? How their pins are in the ground, right? There's
Uh-huh.
doors, so you know what that means.
Okay. I'm on my way. I'll start to head on over.
As soon as I close off the radio call, I'll just be like, man, I wish she could match my excitement sometimes.
Eventually, the party assembles, and I'll say it's definitely past lunchtime by this point, but we're not quite into evening yet. So there's still a bit more to the day to go. If you guys want to do something else, or if you want to continue exploring the zoo and trying to find your way down.
Now that we
Eventually,
know those doors are there, it's probably best if we just continue to look for exhibits and architecture that would imply either a way down. Otherwise, we're going to be smashing glass, which may not be the move.
Plus, those doors might be only one way.
Sorry, could you repeat that one more time?
Those doors might only be one way.
That's true.
I mean, there is the thermite idea. Plan B.
Do you still have any thermite?
No.
Sounds so sad.
You could get some.
No, I don't have any thermite.
I wasted it.
you don't have more charges of it?
I think it's just one charge.
Oh, big sad.
Yeah. Yeah, just one charge.
All right. So are we? What's the point? Are we gonna wait?
We should
Until-
definitely. We should probably wait till after it closes.
Yeah, it's probably not a bad idea.
Kind of just, as you guys are kind of just thinking and waiting, it kind of just the comings and goings of people kind of just into the exhibit, and someone enters the room that isn't a person. It's again another one of these service droids. They seem to be walking towards you guys with kind of just this rather large picnic basket. And
Wait a minute.
and
Downpour?
yeah, Downpour seems to wave at you guys and says, you guys never came back, so I brought lunch.
What?
Oh.
Whoa!
Well, thank you, buddy.
So he
Well
kind of
done.
Solid
Downpour.
addition to the team.
waddles his way over towards you guys, sets it down.
Waddle waddle.
Would that can? I don't
Where did
know
you
how
get the
robot.
lunch from?
I'm sorry. What was it? What was that?
Let's go with that one first. That's also important.
Look at Downpour said, "Where did you get this lunch from?"
He kind of just looks at you and says, "Well, there was leftovers and rations in the fridge, so I just grabbed that, threw it into here, and he seems to shake it, and you hear like the clatter of jars and kind of just food stuff. He didn't make anything; he just brought it."
Okay, Vincent looks a little bit more relieved.
Night.
Yeah, it's so I don't know how robot work, but can those doors are obviously electronic. Is there any way Downpour could like access something to maybe identify a map of this place or those doors or something technological that y'all are much more suited to doing than I am?
I can give it a try. And Jack, I think I'm echoing on your end.
Oh, are you? You are going through speakers. Did my noise canceling get shut off?
I don't know. It just started happening though.
Why would it just start now? When it's fine like the whole time.
Normally Discord is good about picking up itself.
Is it still happening?
Test, 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 test. Nope.
I turned off noise suppression, so yeah, I might hear a little key clicking, but
That's fine.
Hmm.
Let's see. But I'll give Downpour the chance to roll.
Can I help him on that?
He already gets an accuracy, so you don't need to be too
Okay.
concerned. All right. Yeah. Kind of just you watch as like suddenly he gets like Hacker Man eyes. You know, just you see the matrix within his eyes, and he seems
very
to
cool.
he looks around and
Those damn Kuroshi optics.
mm-hmm. And you watch as his gaze like seems to be following like this like invisible line that you guys can't see. It seems to like turn its way back towards the outside entrance, kind of just where you came in from the into this black and white devil exhibit. And he says there seems to be an entranceway, kind of just points in kind of just the other direction. Kind of just says it's man, that's a again looking down along this invisible line. That's a rather long hallway.
Mm.
All right, well, I guess we'll snack along the way. Lead it on, Downpour.
Kind of just gets into like this cartoony soldier march, and begins marching along.
All right.
We march along with him.
All right.
Just picking out a few things from the basket. Anything that's portable, anyway.
Eh,
On the way.
yeah, opening up the basket, there's really not a lot in there. It's your guys's whatever rations you left at the ship. It's like, and then like a jar of mayonnaise and a jar of pickles.
Pickles are good snacks.
Yeah, yeah. Note to self: go shopping.
Kind of just as you guys are following Downpour, he starts marching into kind of just this rather heavily wooded area. No alarms seem to go off, or like no one's gazes are on you. The occasional kid kind of just stops and looks at the robot, and you realize, oh, I've seen those service droids before, and kind of just kind of just any sort of interest was lost as when they immediately recognized it. So no one seems to like follow your. No one seems to be watching you guys as you walk on by, and then heading into this heavily forest area. It's weird. It's like it's almost like cultured to be sort of like a natural wall to this enclosure, but kind of just once you guys like get past this like initial barrier of like trees and bushes, you find yourselves like on this like extremely well paved road. It seems to travel along and within kind of just these more off limits areas.
Something tells me this ain't part of the zoo.
Unless
look
you
around.
Are there like any buildings in sight from these well-maintained paths?
if you travel along one of these roads, you do eventually come across this very it's very industrial, but again, still SSC. It's still marked with an area of expertise of craftsmanship. But for all intents and purposes, it does appear to be some sort of storage facility.
Anything SSP?
At an immediate glance, no.
Okay. Do we want to go to check out that building?
Seems to be where the entrance might be. Right, Downpour?
It kind of just seems to be looking, seems to be gauging, and he turns to all of you and says, "There's almost like this weird grid fence that I can see. Is it there? Do you guys see anything?"
No. What's an invisible alarm then? Or
Is it
worse.
like a... Ooh, go ahead. My bad.
Good.
Okay, I'll turn to Downpour.
And I'll ask him.
You see a fence? Is what you said?
Yeah, he like is able to see kind of this rather strange laser-like fence that seems to surround this building, and
Do we see that?
no, not at all.
Okay. Downpour, can you see any power sources nearby?
He seems to like tilt his head down into the ground. Says, "Oh, yeah, there's something down there."
That's not gonna help.
All right.
How tall is the fence?
Kind of just he looks at the fence. He looks at night. He looks at the fence. He looks at night. About his height.
Oh.
Okay. Knight.
Yes,
How good's your throwing arm?
There it
very
goes.
good.
You fine with giving us a boost over this supposedly invisible fence?
I can do. Yes, I can do that.
Just don't throw us too hard, yeah?
As long it won't be too hard. As long as I can't apply a fist to faces as a check for this.
It is.
He's gonna volleyball.
I'm
Splash
throwing
grass.
somebody.
You are throwing somebody. That is very.
Which, I mean, while they may be consenting, I still throw people in brutal unarmed combat fairly often.
Okay. Okay.
They just happen to be consenting parties,
Mm-hmm.
which makes it even easier.
Yeah. So yeah, you can definitely apply fists to faces, and with Downpour basically acting as your little assistant, be like, okay, so this is where the line is. So you want it to go over that. You want to get it over that. You get an accuracy on whoever you're throwing.
All right, who wants to be thrown?
All right, let's think about this.
I gotta find some way to turn this off.
Right.
Hacker fix. Venom?
Sure.
Then are you good at hacking?
I'm very good at hacking.
Okay. I think you should go and take Downpour with you.
Sounds good.
So I'm throwing both Downpour and Venom. So that's 2 different checks.
Yeah,
So-
but throw Venom first so that way he can catch
Yeah, I'll throw Venom
Downpour.
first.
Downpour is very important cargo.
Okay. All right. Well, how we're doing this is it's gonna basically, get a foot in my hand, and I'm asking Venom to jump, and as soon as he jumps, I'm just gonna.
Okay.
So it's not like I'm not like Princess carrying Venom and then just going.
What, you're not
jumping
gonna javelin toss him over?
As much as I'd love to, I just don't think that's too realistic.
I
You
was
can two-hand like.
I might javelin throw. I might javelin throw a robot though. That seems. I might be able to do that. I feel like he can probably hold a little bit of a straight plank a bit better than Venom might be able to. All right, let's see if this works.
He's calling your apps weak.
Nice.
Wow.
Hey.
Venom, can I get a roll from you?
Uh-oh.
Go for it. Oh no. Was this to be?
Oh, thank God.
Okay, you land rather gracefully. Kind of just seemed to. It was a very violent throw because night being night, but kind of just you're able to kind of just land yourself gracefully and kind of just not seem to hurt yourself.
You're echoing.
The echoes back.
All right, so we throw in the robot next.
Yep. I look at Knot and tell him good throw.
That's what I'm here for.
Jack, the echo is back.
Oh, is it? God dang it!
Mhm.
Let's see.
Just moving my microphone back a bit. Put it over here.
Okay, so you still have the accuracy for this because again you're getting guidance from Downpour, and as far as throwing, I wanna look up something real quick. Okay, so these service droids, I very much have in mind that they're like B1 battle droid looking. So like,
What you're saying is they have a small part around their waist that I could wrap my whole hand around, probably.
exactly.
Yeah, so we're gonna straighten out the robot.
Yeah, he
Not
he gets
head
into like a
first.
Superman pose.
Well, yeah, we did that perfect, and then we just
All right.
Ball him.
there we go. It makes it.
Yeah, it makes it. Gonna roll for Downpour.
Venom, you gonna try to catch the steel flying towards you?
Why not?
Okay, I want to roll from you then.
Here comes the one.
Oh, wow. So yeah,
Dang.
you managed to somehow catch a javelin shaped robot flying directly at you.
And not get pierced.
Exactly.
Catch it like a reverse shot put. You just hand over, do a spin around, put him on his feet.
And then you watch as Downpour seems to give a little bow.
Beautiful.
So, with that, we have 2 party members, or like more like 1.5, kind of just on the other side. And what's the game plan here, Venom? You got the mission to kind of just shut down the fence. Kind of just how do you want to go about doing that?
Well, now that I got Downpour with me, I'm gonna see if he can't guide me to the power source of the fence.
So let's see, we'll do. Okay. So as earlier, he spotted what appears to be like a main generator, kind of just again deep within, like way down deep within, kind of just this whatever complex this is. But eventually he's able to spot like kind of just as you guys are getting closer and closer to this building, he's able to spot like electrical kind of just pathways of various sort of like auxiliary ports and kind of just command consoles and things of that nature. And he's able to guide you one, and at a glance you can definitely tell that it's some sort of like main security console or kind of just outdoor security console that with the proper code or maybe with some fixing that you're able to shut down.
Okay, I'm gonna try to hack into the console.
Okay. Downpour kind of just again be acting as an assistant. You can get an accuracy if you so wish.
Okay. And let's go.
Nice, 23.
Hey.
Let's see. So all of Downpour sees it happen, but all of you hear like this, almost as if like something you all hear like as if something had been discharged and something had powered down, and where it used to be like a slight shimmering, you no longer see and are able to kind of just view this building very clearly now.
Oh, we should have thrown something into it first just to see what it does. Knight kind of just like, darn, just walk forward.
What if it was
Alrighty,
a silent alarm?
I radio to them and say, I'm in.
Nice.
Hacker man.
All right, gonna head on forward after Knight checks that it's clear.
Yeah, you suddenly watch as Knight turns in like chunks of meat. But yeah, you guys are able to easily cross the line. Again, it seems like a very ornate storage facility. Very again, flat walls, maybe only like 2 stories high. Not a whole lot of windows, but windows are present. And just at a glance, kind of just no movement, kind of just no one's out and about. No one seems to stop you.
Is there any entrances? I know you mentioned windows. I might have missed it, but like doors, entrances.
There appears to be like a rather large set of double doors,
Okay.
kind of just from coming in from your guys' angle. We'll say it's like a very thin but long type of building. And you're able to see what appears to be like very large kind of just cargo bay doors.
Gotcha. Okay. Are the windows at head height or are they higher?
Just like a tick higher. And you get the idea that maybe this has like an elevated floor and then they would be at head height.
Okay. Knight, I need uppies.
As you wish.
My lady.
You're just jumping in front of them with your hands up in there. Uppies.
How is this throwing height, or do I just need to give a boost?
No, I'm standing on your shoulders, or like
Okay,
like,
yeah, just
yeah,
hands on feet, on shoulders.
yeah. Not even that high. Basically, you just need to like
Piggyback
lift me
ride.
up like about maybe a foot or 2.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm using Knight.
Want me to get on my
really,
hands
you
and
can just
knees,
like
you
you
stand
can
on
just
my
get on your
back?
hands and knees, and I can stand on your back. Yeah.
Knight, if it is required, Knight could do that, but he'd much rather just like grab your shins and then just pick you up.
All right.
Well, okay. Let's ask this: if Knight were to get on his hands and knees, and I stand on his back, is that enough to see him through the window?
That can also be done, yeah.
All right, we're doing that.
Okay.
Come on, Knight.
That was the look of disappointing.
I need to see in the window, Knight. Come on.
Stand on my. He'll kneel, but he'll be stand on my shoulders. Why do you have
Oh.
to stand on my back?
You're no fun. All right, I'll stand on his shoulders,
All right. So
and
guys,
I'll take a little peek in and see what I can see.
okay. I want you to roll spot, if you don't mind.
Yes. Sir.
Okay.
Woo!
So what you immediately see is a lot of storage containers, a lot of kind of just mechanical parts, mechanical tools about. Nothing seems to suggest a hidden entrance, at least from the angle that you are viewing.
Okay.
But kind of just you recognize some of the parts and tools kind of that are strewn about in this facility.
Okay.
You being a lancer, you very much know that these look to be like a mechanical chassis kind of just parts.
Do I
So
recognize any of the chassis parts or anything?
everything does seem to be kind of just again
SSC.
SSC logo, logo in nature. As far as like what frame belongs to what, you can't quite tell. Simply not because like of you're unfamiliar with them, but more like these have yet to be assembled to really form anything yet. Like these are still like bare bone parts.
Do I remember if the Three Dead Kings were piloting SSC mechs?
Nothing seemed so with your very brief fight with them, their mechs sported more of like a like a makeshift construction ware rather than being like a store-bought mech manufacturer.
Okay. So it was like more homemade almost.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But it certainly isn't impossible if maybe they stole or maybe were given SSC hardware to incorporate into their mechs. Like, but again, they sported very
Nothing-
makeshift styled, not
Yeah.
anything purely bought given.
Yeah, so nothing. Gotcha. Okay, nothing immediately recognizable outside of just SSC in nature.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Any movement, cameras, protocol droids, security droids, personnel of any kind?
No cameras. No one seems to be inside at the moment, or again, from the angle you're seeing. But the occasional would like almost like a Roomba styled kind of just little droid seems to kind of just go about, scan something, go about, scan something. You get the idea that
Okay.
maybe that is the security.
Okay. I'll be like, all right, Knight, you can let me down. Thanks for the boost. And I'll relay everything. I was finished up by saying the only movement I see is a very small security droid inside, scanning things as it moves around. No more than like ankle height. Very small. So we should be good to enter, as long as we are mindful of the scanner droid.
Don't bother the killer Roombas. Gotcha.
I look at Yuki and say, "How good are you at hacking?"
I can hold my own.
I know you're good at sneaking. You think you could shut down that Roomba or the little small droid?
I can do that.
Might make things easier for us.
Sure can. I can do that.
Okay. So are you guys breaking in now, or what's the plan?
Yeah, I will. I'll test
Before we go too much further, I would kind of like a 9:45, 10 o'clock in session time. Sometime in between 10 at the latest, 9:45. You know, but that's while we're at kind of a right before we go into the big room kind of deal.
Okay.
I don't know what you have planned yet, or I just want to put that out there.
There was something I wanted to get to today, but if we don't get to it, don't. It's not a problem.
Do you think we can get to it before 10?
I think so, but we might
Yeah,
have
let's
to,
keep
we might
going
have
then.
to speed some things up.
Okay. Well, don't worry about speeding stuff. I want to go at the pace that the narrative decides. But if we have to push it a little farther, it's okay. But like 10, and getting close to like 10, 10, 15 will be pushing it for me.
Yeah,
but
don't worry, we'll call that a 10. No,
sure.
it's all good. Let's see. So you have what appears to be like a regular employee entrance, human-sized door, and two rather large truck delivery doors.
Yeah, I will go to the employee door, and before I head in, I'll just turn around and be like, "All right, one radio click is coast is clear. 2 radio clicks is emergency."
Sounds good.
Okay. And then I will test the knob on the door. Is it locked?
It is locked.
Okay. Cool. Can I use my hacker fix to pick the lock?
So there is no like traditional key lock. It is a number pad-esque device.
Yeah, I'll hack the door open.
Yeah, you can. Let's go ahead and roll for that.
Okay. Whew.
Easy. The code was like
Made it
1,
in.
2, 3, 4.
Gotcha.
But yeah, employee entrance easily unlocks for you.
All right. Be like, I'll do the best I can. I'll turn invisible and I'll head in.
Goes hard.
Okay.
And I'd like to act unseen or unheard.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
So you enter into this employee room. It's like a rather small hallway that then leads into the building proper. And kind of just once you get into there, you're met with what appears to be like a locker room, kind of just changing room again style type of facility.
Mm-hmm.
Various lockers lined along the wall.
Do any of them seem to be in use? As in, like, have clothes hanging in the lockers or anything currently?
Several of them are opened. Nothing inside of them. There
Gotcha.
are a couple that are closed, and further inspection, if you so desire, is that they are locked.
Same keypad type.
Yeah, we'll say all but one seems to unlock with that key press.
Okay. Yeah. Any of the ones that I opened up with that same key press have stuff inside of them?
Each one of them seems to sport a rather generic, kind of just overall jumpsuit
Gotcha.
type of cloth. And there is some logo where present, SSP.
Okay. I will quickly don one that fits, or as close to fits as possible.
The sleeves are maybe like a tick too long, but everything else fits.
Gotcha. Great. Then I'll go invisible again, and then I'll try to unlock the one remaining locked one.
Okay. We'll need a new roll for that.
Gotcha. Damn. All right. I'll move on.
Okay, yeah. So you give it a press. It's a little unresponsive, but then it inputs like error or incorrect kind of just response.
Okay. Are there like the slits in these lockers? Can you kind of peer in and just kind of get an idea of what might be, or they're just completely covered?
They are completely flat. There is no sort of like indication or numbering kind of just with any of these lockers.
Gotcha. All right. Well, then in that case, I'll move on. And I will enter into the storage area if I can that I was peering in through earlier.
Yeah. So you have leaving this kind of just a locker room entranceway. You can head straight into the storage facility, And there's also another hallway that leads into maybe like one or two offices.
I'll go peer into the. Are their doors closed?
Their doors are open.
Okay, I'll go peer into each of the offices and see if there's any people.
No one seems to be present. Only one office seems to have some sort of like computer terminal like machinery. The other one seems to be purely storage.
Okay. Taking a quick glance into storage, what kind of stuff am I looking at in there?
So filing cabinet types of of storage, which is very archaic in this day and age, but for whatever reason it's there. And kind of just if you are browsing through kind of just any of this, it appears to be like a very old SSP kind of shipment orders.
Okay.
Kind of just various places throughout the system requesting repair parts for ships, repair parts for machinery. And you get the idea that a lot of these requests were for starship parts or like starship engines, drives, computer tech. True to its name, Suyan Stellar Projects, they were very invested in and offered products related to starships and travel.
Okay. So nothing out of the ordinary.
Nothing out of the ordinary, no.
All right, cool. All right, I'll leave the terminal. I'll let Venom fiddle with the terminal since he's probably a bit better at that than me. I'm gonna go and disable the security droid if I can.
Okay. Yeah. Entrance into the Bay Area. It's not locked. You can easily walk in. Being invisible, you're easily, and with that roll earlier, you're easily able to sneak up against the guard Roomba. We need a roll to see if you can disable it.
Sir.
Where it all counts.
There we go.
All right. You take a glance, kind of just at the Roomba for a second. You see the various obvious power button. It turns off.
Job well done. I will quickly move it just out of sight. And before I head back to the others, I'm just going to stand kind of in the center of the room and just listen and hear if I can hear any other shuffling, any other movement. It's just any other signs of maybe a second droid, just anything, just to listen.
Okay. I'm gonna roll for something. Okay. So everything's quiet. There's like the occasional ambiance of kind of just wind blowing through and all that. And you hear like the very distant, like kind of just rolling of wheels against concrete. Like a pair of wheels. Like maybe there's perhaps one other Roomba out and about, but it is way down this long warehouse.
You want to get in the bag?
All right, with that in mind, I'll click the radio once. And I'll click the radio once, wait about 30 seconds, and then I'll speak into the radio. I'll be like, coast is clear. When you enter, there's going to be a locker room. Past the locker room, there's a hallway with two office spaces. One is storage with files, and the other is has a computer terminal. Venom, if you want to peruse that and see if there's anything useful, you can. The cargo bay is clear for right now. I can hear in the vast distance one more of the security Roombas, but we're good to go forward.
Sounds good.
What do you three think? Go in there to that locker room, see if there's anything we can dress up in, maybe blend in.
I can see.
Yeah, I opened up a bunch of them. So
All right, we're gonna go in and head for this employee locker room.
All right. Yeah. So whole party enters if that's what everyone's doing, and there's 100% enough jumpsuits for everyone. Again, not everything fits quite well. Maybe it's maybe it's all a little too loose. Maybe for night everything's a little too tight. It's kind of just
Kind of straight jacket.
mm-hmm. But for all intents and purposes, it definitely functions as a disguise.
Wasn't there a special locker?
Yeah.
There is one locker that was not unlocked.
Yeah, I was going to radio Yuki and ask her about the closed locker.
oh yeah, I tried to get into that one. I couldn't really do it. I was having trouble. The terminal on that lock was not the most responsive for me.
All right, let me see if I can crack into it.
Want to see a roll?
All right.
Woo!
Okay.
God,
So
you have a 6. Holy.
Yep.
So coming into this space, code for a lot of things was 1, 2, 3, 4. For this one, it required a fifth number, number 5.
6.
Big.
I totally radioed Yuki and said, "You ain't gonna believe this." And tell her what the code was.
Well, okay.
Yuki's over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8.
Listen, in
What
my
is it?
defense,
What
who has a 5-number code?
Okay. So what's in it?
So there appears to be, again, another jumpsuit. This one seems to be more well worn, a lot more used. There's perhaps a hole in like the elbow. And kind of just perusing as well, there appears to be some sort of metallic key card, kind of just inside inside the pockets.
I will take that key card.
All right.
Big find.
And
And as I look at the key card, is there anything like details or anything special on it?
they're again sporting that SSP logo. And there does appear to be some sort of weird like chevron mark kind of just in the corner, like almost denotes like maybe a rank or kind of just a staff position. You can't quite tell. You're not too familiar with it.
Okay.
Hmm.
Uh,
Alright.
I'll definitely pocket the key card. I guess start heading towards the terminal that Yuki told me about.
Okay. Rather standard fare, monitor, keyboard. Nothing too fancy about it. Powering it on, if that's what you choose to do,
Mm-hmm.
you'll see kind of just it asks for either a code or insert manager key.
Huh, I wonder what this key card's for. Hmm. I will insert the key card
Okay.
against my better judgment.
All right. So, almost like a USB stick, it kind of just inserts you kind of just insert it. It stays there, but data does start reading. You kind of just watch as some of the interface seems to automatically insert some information, and then you're able to log in. Let's see what was. So, and you're given like a rather brief prompt, basically saying, "Welcome back, Mr. Mort."
Mr. Mort. Got that down. All right. Does it have like any options to do anything, or is it?
Immediately, what you see is again some of that shipment data, but rather than kind of just the old articles related to um, SSP's old operating or old operations, you're now being given some rather fresh data in regards to its ever since its SSC acquisition. Um,
Oh,
there is a lot more traffic, and rather than just starship parts, you're also getting there's also weapon manifests and mech inventories. I want you to give me a roll, kind of just if we are deeply investigating kind of just this information here.
okay. Just regular D20 or apply the hacker fix.
This isn't necessary. You already have access to all this information. It's more, are you able to? This is more like
Spot
a
it.
yeah, spot it, investigate it. If you have anything in that regards.
Uh, do not.
Okay.
Unless get a hold of something would apply to that, which that's mainly with allies and assets and connections.
So would this just be a grit roll then?
Yeah, I'll say just regular roll.
All right. Fuck.
Dang.
All right. So kind of just you don't see anything too strange about kind of just this traffic being a union engineer. You've maybe seen some of this traffic before or seen like similar inventories and shipment data. Nothing seems to strike you as out of the ordinary outside of it being mech parts rather than the old starship parts.
Could I talk Downpour into like maybe taking a download of this information? I don't know if he can do that.
Um, he'll give it a shot. All right. And... Okay. So Downpour kind of just waddles his way into the room. He's also sporting one of the overalls. Kind of just does not fit him at all, but everything it's all too loose. But you can't help it. It's a very thin metal frame. Yeah, you go start downloading the data, and as he's downloading it, it seems like he pulls up this one file that he can't access. And again, it seems to be asking for a code.
All right. I could try to hack through it.
Okay. Yeah, sure. And I guess with Downpour there, if you want, there's an accuracy.
Oh, we want that.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Ah,
All right. So, yeah, using the gadgets at hand, the assistant that you have. This is again another shipment manifest. What is odd about it is there's no
I was about to say that was gonna be a combat encounter. Sorry. Talk about music.
Yeah, sorry, I'm looking for the right something. There we go. This is good.
Okay, yeah.
So you aren't given like any sort of kind of shipment data or anything like inventory or anything like that. You are just given a destination, like where this ship came from. There was something delivered from Hercynia, delivered to the Arizona colony.
I take note of that and Is Yuki in the room with us when all this is going down, or
I was still out in the cargo hold.
okay? I radio to you and pretty much tell you I was able to get in the terminal. Downpour is currently downloading all the data. And there was one file that was locked behind a code. I was able to get into that too, and basically had a delivery from this place called Hernia or Her Hers. God damn it, I can't talk.
Hernia.
Hernia, yeah.
Hercinia.
Thank you.
A hernia. You got a hernia?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Hercinia. Do I recognize the name Hercinia?
I want everyone to roll.
Just a flat D20?
Yep. This is going to be just a flat D20.
I can't use my word on the street.
Oh, let's go.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah.
Of course I get the fucking one.
If it had to be anybody, it would be Raymond.
I mean, that kind of tracks, though.
The one guy who read the
I'm
lore. So,
I read some of it,
Yeah.
not as much as Rain Man.
yeah. So, once you all once Venom verbally says the name, it clicks for all of you. Rayman, it kind of just takes you a second, like you have to really like think hard, like I know, and it's like on the tip of your tongue kind of deal, like you know the name, but you just can't quite remember it. But everyone does get on the same page eventually. Hercinia is the one planet in, as far as known space goes, where humanity found alien life. We made contact with them and then proceeded to kill them all. It was that event, the Hercinia crisis, was what sparked the mechanized chassis entering military use. It's what sparked the likes of Harrison Armory becoming its own entity. It sparked the latest government body that is in control of Union. Hercinia was the start of all modern politics as you know it.
I love where you pulled this information from, by the way. Egregorian? Or is this just all your own thing?
No, it's the Egregorians. Like they were the that was the name of the aliens.
Ugh.
And then humanity applied Vista faces.
Yep. And
Oh,
as far as you guys know, it's a dead world. Like nothing is supposed to be coming in and out.
Yeah, I'll radio back to Venom and be like, you have a date on that?
Let me check.
It is within like it came into the system about maybe 10 years ago, 5 years ago, kind of just within that. There's no like trying to dig deeper, like the data starts getting corrupted, but you do get kind of just you get like a time frame of kind of just within the past 5-10 years. So very recent for things as far as things are considered.
That is very recent. Venom, can you glean anything else? Like a ship manifest off of it, like where location of where it might be stored, you know, just any other further details, or you can only pull up Hercinia and the date.
I don't know, can I?
trying to dig deeper, like I said, data starts getting
Yeah.
corrupted.
Corrupted. Okay.
Okay.
All you can, but digging through, there is something marked as special product, but there was only one listing, and that is literally all it says: special product.
Okay. A downpour on this channel?
He's standing beside me.
Yeah, he's kind of just has his head like right next to yours, Venom, kind of just staring at the radio.
All right. Hey, downpour. I guess just keep an eye out for anything that you might notice that might be special product. Can you do that, buddy?
Kind of just he nods his head like, yeah, I can do my best.
Awesome. All right, cool. I'm still in that cargo bay. Is the rolling of the distant Roomba getting louder or the same
It
or further away?
it has not moved paces, or it's moved, but from me you get the idea that it's got like a general patrol route, and it is very far away.
Okay, gotcha. All right, cool. Like, all right. I guess we should try to move forward, unless anybody has anything else.
Yeah, I'm good with moving forward.
Can downpour see if there's some kind of hidden elevator shaft that goes down underground?
In our before we move forward, is there any in our Lancer training or just our military training? I know this starts getting into shoddy memory territory, but like, would we know anything about? Would Knight know anything about the actual like conflict and arms and exactly what was used in the genocide that happened on Hercynia?
Yeah, you would 100% have access to some of the original manuals and original footage that was showcased for that conflict. Honestly, it was. I think it's called the. I think it's the Genghis. It's the whatever the flamethrower mech that Harrison Armory showcases, like that.
Genghis.
Yeah, the Genghis. That predecessor was the original mechanized chassis, and it was literally just this large tank on legs carrying around a flamethrower. Because what
It's
you
called the World Killer, by the way.
yeah, that was its name.
It was called what?
The World Killer.
Oh,
Yeah, kind of just from what the footage and kind of just your memory of kind of just what you've studied from that was Hercynia, the planet, very heavy forests. The Egregorians very much loved living in kind of just almost like wood elves. They lived in the woods kind of deal, and they built the original mechanized chassis to burn it all down and get rid of the forest.
Ah,
Alright.
humans.
interesting.
Yep. And it's weird because once you start, that's kind of where your information of the Hercynia crisis seems to end. The exact happenings and how exactly like the conflict came about, like we found alien life, why that's and we killed it kind of deal, like that's pretty much where the information stops. Like there's been no like further digging of kind of just what sparked the conflict, or why was that planet so important to us to gain control over that. Like there's like either information hidden or maybe that information wasn't shared with you. That's kind of just where it seems to stop.
Is that like a memory thing, or is that just like a general population, like censorship thing?
A bit of both.
Okay. Very, very interesting. Okay.
So, and as far as traveling deeper underground, Downpour doesn't really spot anything, but you get the idea with how with the structure is built and kind of just spotting with how some of the machinery nearby is there's like this rail that seems to carry stuff further and further into this long warehouse, and you get the idea that it slopes down into the ground.
Ooh. All right.
Well, I guess we have to start the next session with a train ride.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, shall we proceed?
We shall.
Sounds good.
So, do you guys hop onto a trolley, or do you guys just hoof it and book it?
What are we thinking?
We're going to be going a long way. That trolley would be the best choice.
Now, walking would be probably safer. The trolley would be
Safer.
faster and cooler.
I'll go
plus,
for
I mean,
fast and cool.
Plus, what if somebody else hopped on the trolley while we're actually walking down there?
And then it got, what is it, Final Fantasy 3? Not could probably
Doom,
suplex it.
Doom train.
Yeah.
Suplex the train.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we're taking the trolley.
Trolley.
All right.
All right, trolley. Fuck it. We ball. We're trolleying.
Yep.
We're trolling.
Mainly built for storage containers and whatnot, but there's various obvious seating for a conductor and passengers. And yeah, you guys drive it down. It's not too hard to operate. And as you go further and further into this warehouse, things start getting darker and darker. Rather than the natural light coming from the colony, you instead get kind of just the more kind of just warm lighting and kind of just industrial lighting of kind of just from lights and whatnot. Eventually, it's a little hard to hear because you guys are currently on operating machinery, but Yuki, you definitely hear the sound of the rolling wheels of a Roomba getting closer and closer.
Okay. When it gets to the point where it's like when it feels right,
Okay.
We'll stop the trolley and I'll hop off and go and disable it.
Sure. Well,
What to clarify a little bit more, I'm sure that the trolley car itself wouldn't trip it, but I would like to definitely stop the trolley like a good, if I can gauge, 5-minute walk before we get to the Roomba. But if we've already passed that point, then so be it. But just some distance for me to get up to the Roomba to disable it and then hop back onto the trolley.
Okay. We'll just do all of that being one roll. We'll just kind of just make it a stealth roll.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm good at those.
Yep. Easy peasy. Kind of just timed it well enough. Get it close to the Roomba. Big power button right there. It's disabled.
I'll do another listening check.
Outside of kind of just the gentle vibrations of this now active trolley, nothing else seems to spark your ear. And kind of just as you guys are going deeper and deeper through, you are starting to see less and less kind of just get open, kind of just less and less containers and parts strewn about. And as you're getting deeper and deeper into this facility, things start getting cleaner and more used, like more taken care of. So.
Okay.
Getting on the trolley, following it deeper down, you are eventually stopped at a rather large elevator that seems to go down and descend into whatever this facility is.
Is it people sized or is it like industrial sized?
Industrial size, so kind of just how it works. Like it's big enough for the trolley is able to go and enter into this elevator, if that is something you guys wish to do. But kind of just with, I guess with like kind of just markings on the floor and kind of just with general wear and tear, visible wear and tear, this is also used for just standalone containers as well. Like they can just be dropped off into this elevator as well and descend down.
Well, what do y'all think? You want to take the trolley down the elevator or move to being on foot?
Downpour did say there was a long hallway. Trolley might be a good idea still.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean,
Probably will also
we are-
provide us with cover. I'd rather not be in a completely empty hallway.
Okay.
plus at a distance, we're all wearing uniforms. So
So at first glance, at a distance, might be okay, but also they might know something that's immediately if clearly we are not supposed to be here, like whatever shift change or whatever,
And they just take one look at Downpour.
I just
I'm sure that's normal down here. There's plenty of robots.
Downpour seems to
Yep.
be like trying to get his jumpsuit to kind of just fit kind of just a bit more, kind of just you see him kind of attempt to zip tie kind of just the sleeves so that they're not too loose, but it's not quite working out for him. It's a kind of just looks at the four of you and kind of says, well, I think I fit in.
Yeah.
You sure do,
I
buddy.
think I just chalk that up to eccentricity.
All right. Well, I guess trolley then.
Probably.
All right.
All right.
Put the trolley in the elevator and send it down.
You guys managed to fit it in and to make your deep descent into this unknown facility. And unless there's any questions or any other last minute happenings, that's where we're going to end the session.
Woo!
Sounds good.
Heck
Big
yeah.
old cliffhanger.
That's good.
Oh, sounds good. That's a good endpoint.
So, did we manage to get to the point you wanted to get to, Brock?
Not quite, but it's all good. We were
Just something
taking
to
things
start off next session with, huh?
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
speaking of next session,
Currently, I've got nothing slotted for next Sunday night. No, haven't been contacted about work, and as far as like my big projects for class, this upcoming week is going to be my post-mortem. So that means the project is done with, and it's just a lot of discussion. So I won't have anything like big to work on. So I should be free.
I'll be free.
let's see.
I'm always free.
It's America.
Exactly.
That's the truth.
What about you, Rain Man?
I'm busy on Saturday the 23rd, but I'll be fine for any Sundays here for the future.
Okay. We can do next Sunday again. I just work again that weekend, so it's going to be another 7:30ish start time.
Sure.
That's fine.
Okay.
Fine with me.
All right. Good to go then.